It was called the Great American Desert, a wasteland, a barrier to be crossed on the way to the Pacific coast. The flat, treeless prairie was some of the most fertile land on the continent, yet to early explorers accustomed to thickly forested landscapes, the land looked worthless. To others, the vast prairies of the Midwest offered a chance to achieve the working-class dream of land ownership and economic independence.
Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that any person who is the head of a family or who has arrived at the age of...
At the height of the Civil War, passage of the Homestead Act brought an end to decades of bitter controversy over federal land policy. The act at last achieved what so many had worked so long for, ensuring that it was not just the rich and powerful who would claim the unbroken plains, but anyone willing to work to achieve their dream of becoming landowners.
Upon which said person may have filed a preemption claim.
All of this was part of a general philosophy of the Republican Party, but especially of Abraham Lincoln, which has been called the right to rise, the free labor ideology, a dynamic kind of democratic capitalism, and the opportunity for farmers to take up 160 acres of land and to develop that land very much fit in with this philosophy, which was at the core, I think, of Lincoln's ideology. Give everybody an opportunity, and then if they work hard, they'll get ahead and they'll develop America.
March 1st, 1884. Dear old friends, you speak of going to Nebraska. Let me say to you that Nebraska is a nice country, but the government lands are about all taken there. I came to Dakota 3 years ago last fall with Mr. Wilder. We liked it then, and we still like it. I could start from my very door and mow a straight 100 miles if I choose. The same with breaking no stumps, no roots, very few stones to interfere in any way. Soil's good, and it makes a fella feel good to get good crops. Homestead or tree claim costs first on entry $14, and at time of proof of residence costs $4 more, making $18 for 160 acres. Is this cheap enough for you? If so, pull up stakes and come to Dakota as soon as you can. When you are about ready to start, write me, and I will tell you where to land here. Newcomers are arriving here to get a slice of Uncle Sam's domain. And what other folks can do, why, with patience cannot you. Only keep this rule in view. Come to Dakota and begin anew. J.G. Towley.
The primary reason people came out to the Great Plains was because of land. The Land Acts during the 1800s provided free land or greatly reduced cost land to the people who came out. And at the time, the United States and the world was an agrarian society. And so land ownership meant economic enhancement, it meant power, it meant a future for your family. So the vast majority of people came out to seize on the opportunities that free land presented to them.
When I began to research my great-grandfather, I didn't know very much about him. Joseph Marquardt, the wheat king of Logan County, you know. I knew those few facts about him, that somehow between 1886, when he fled Russia and landed in Dakota Territory, and in the 1930s when he died, he managed to accumulate almost 6,000 acres of land. Well, inevitably you have to say, how did he do that? My great-grandfather left because he got involved in a little altercation with the commanding officer, and he was secretly taken out under cover of darkness. When they came to the Dakota Territory and got oxen, carts, and then made their way north to this completely unbroken landscape. Apparently my great-grandfather's response to it was just complete awe, amazement, excitement, just exhilaration. He saw what he would make of it. He saw a kind of an a completely blank canvas that he could just build a life on.